This video, we're going to talk about 8.3 Objective 3, where we find required sample sizes needed to estimate the population proportion with a given margin of error. So this is very much like what we did before when we did this with X bar, but we're going to be doing it with P now. So let's go back to our formula for our confidence interval, where our margin of error was square root or was our z value here, p hat q hat, which is 1 minus p hat over n. So we're going to say that e divided by z, and then square that over p hat q hat is going to give us 1 over n. So we need to take the reciprocal of both sides and say n equals p hat q hat over e squared over z sub c squared, like that. We need this to always be a integer bigger than that number that we get. So let's go ahead and figure this out here. We need E is 0.009 over n, sorry, over z, which is 1.96. Going to square that, and they don't tell us p, so we're going to have to assume that it's 50%. And they don't tell us any better. So we're going to take 0.5 times 0.5 divided by the quantity of 0.009 squared over 1.96 squared. And then that's going to translate to 7, so 11857. We have to ask at least 11,857 people. Assume that you want to construct a 95% confidence interval to estimate population proportion. Estimate the minimum sample size needed to obtain a margin of error of 0.187 for 95% confidence interval. So all this is the same, other than this changes here to 0.187. And that is 28. So you see, as you want less error, you need to ask more people. If you are okay with more error, you don't need to ask as many people. Poll finds that 47% of the population approves of the job that the president is doing. The poll has a margin of error of 4%, assuming a 95% degree of confidence. What does the 95% degree of confidence interval for the true proportion that approves of the president's performance? So let's find that confidence interval here. And we have 47% of we have that confidence interval is 51% here on this side and 43% here. Don't even need to stick that in because we're just adding and subtracting the 4% here. What is the minimum size for the sample of this pole? So we have n equals p hat is 47%, q hat is 53%, and we have margin of error, which is over 1.96. We're going to square that. So 0.47 times 0.53. And then down here we have 0.04 over 1.96. And that gets squared. And I need at least 599 people. All right, that is it for this video. And that is it for our Chapter 8 topics. We'll come back next time and we'll start talking about our Chapter 9 topics. See you for the next video.